Go live. Oh, let me see. We should be live on Instagram now. Let me see. Okay, YouTube is live. Let me see LinkedIn. LinkedIn is live. Let me see. Okay. LinkedIn is live too, but Instagram is not live. So I need to streaming key for. I'm coming next. Okay, so let's see people. Let me edit the streaming key for Instagram and let's see. Public. Mm, okay. Okay, you're already live. You need to change strings. Okay. I think we are live on Instagram too. Let me see if we are really live on Instagram. It's not telling me that we are live on Instagram. No, I am not live on Instagram. So, uh, okay, okay, remove. Just wait. Give me some time so I can add the streaming key, save changes. Then let me start live. Go live. We should be live now. Let's see. Okay, connect streaming key. Okay, yes, we are live now. Also on Instagram, we are live on. I'm trying to test my mic. Okay, we are live on LinkedIn too. Okay, uh, we are live on Instagram too. Let's see. Yeah, so let me see. Give me a moment, please, so we can see. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Yes, wait. So now live on. Yes, so we are live on Instagram. Thank you, everyone. So we are live on Instagram. We are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on YouTube. Let me confirm. Just give me a moment. Let me see. Oh yeah, a lot of people are joining now. Okay, okay, um, okay. Thank you, everyone. So I think we can see a lot of people joining already. There are a lot of people joining on Instagram. Thank you. We have 11 people joining on Instagram now. I hope people will join later. 3 people are joining on YouTube. I hope they will join later. And on, let me see how many are joining before we start officially. Sorry, my voice is not so good because I'm having cold and I've already scheduled this time already. So welcome to everyone seeing this program wherever you are. Please comment. Comment if you are here. Comment. Just comment. comment if you are here. Just say you are here from where. Let us know where you are joining us from. Let us know where you are joining. Yeah, so let me. Yeah, so I'm adding my guys. No, sir, I'm trying to add you back to the stage.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Okay, you back quickly. Thank you. So please let us know where you are joining us from. Me on Instagram, I can see you. Comment on Instagram. On YouTube, please comment. Let us know you're here. At least let me see one or two comments so that I know they want myself. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, so let me know if you're here on Instagram. Please, I need your comment. Okay, love it. Watching from Nigeria, love it. Thank you. Love for it. Thank you. I link 2 or 3 comments before we start so that we know what we are doing. Yeah. we- Okay. So thank you everyone for coming. So let's start. I don't like to waste people's time. Thank you everyone for joining. And let me introduce my people. My name is D1, of course, everybody knows that. Yeah, so let me see. Okay, Marcel is here. Add to the stage. Okay, I think we are good. So thank you everyone for joining this 5 minutes past 1 o'clock. Thank you for honoring this invitation, my guys. Marcel, Nosa, Ayodele, Ambiji, my guy. Thank you for honoring this invitation. Let me just give you 1 second to just say hi to everyone. Yeah, Marcel, let me start from you. Yes, Marcel. Marcel, you are muted.
So yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, please, you have the mic.
Okay, so my name is Marcel, and I am a PhD student at Arizona State University. So I'm doing my PhD in chemical engineering, and I just finished my first year. So I joined last year, August. It's nice to meet all you guys.
Thank you very much. What's the name of your school? You tell us. So let me give us the order of the format. Your name, which country you are presently, what course are you studying, a little brief about your background. Yes, just 2 3 minutes. We'll still dive in deeper, but I just want you to just do some brief introduction about yourself first. So Marcel, let's try again.
Okay, so my name is Marcel, and I'm a PhD student at Arizona State University in the United States, and I'm doing my PhD in chemical engineering. And it was a direct PhD, so I didn't have a master's. So I came from Nigeria last year, August, and I'm doing my summer research right now. So I'm doing my first year, actually. So yeah, it's nice to meet everyone.
Thank, thank you, everyone. Let me go to Nosa. Nosa, you have the mic.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, everyone. My name is Usagato Nusakari. I finished masters in healthcare management in the UK this January this year. But right now, I'm currently in Canada. I'm a permanent resident in Canada, so I'm happy to be in this conversation. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you very much. To my guy, Ambidi, you have the mic.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Ayodele. I'm a PhD candidate in the US. I'm in my second year. I came to the US in 2023, and I hold a BTech and MTech in architecture. So that's my background, and my PhD is in building construction.
Well, your network. I can't hear you. I think your network is bad. You can speak again.
Oh, okay. Can you all hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes,
Oh,
please.
okay. I said my name is
Yes,
Ayodele.
please. Yes.
I'm a PhD candidate in the US. My PhD is in construction management, and I hold bachelor's and master's degrees in architecture. And I've been in the US since 2023.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I have two US guys here and one UK guy here. So let's get started. Let's dive in. So Aya, let me just pick it back to you. Let's tell us a bit of your story, story of why you left Nigeria, what happened. Me and you, we know, me and you know. But let the whole world know, you know, the whole story, how it happened, and then yes. So I mean, just your story, your journey.
Okay, I will try to be as honest as I can about this. So, first of all, I've known
Please
D1 for a
say it
very,
as it is.
I've known D1 for a very long time. I mean, we are cool friends and all that. But I would say my journey started since 2018 when I was wrapping up with my master's degrees. At that time, I knew I wanted a PhD. So I was thinking that, okay, I would want to have my PhD at some point, but I was not so sure where it's going to be. So one of the first countries I was looking at then was Germany. That was in 2018, 2019. I also tried Hong Kong as well. I applied for the HKPFS. I know many of you might know what it is.
Yes.
And then for some reasons, it didn't work out. And then during the COVID came, I applied to China. I got accepted to the PhD program at UNNC. Then I was supposed to start sometime around 2020, if I'm not mixing this up now. It's been a long time. But then COVID happened, and for some reasons I couldn't go. So that was when I got to know about I got to know D1. Then we started talking. So then we used to talk a lot about this. But anyway, let me make one thing clear. I was very comfortable in Nigeria. So there was no pressure on me, like I want to JAPA or something. I was fine. I was doing fine. So everything was going fine for me and everything. So I was not under any pressure at all. So it was like fine. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, fine. So I could recall then myself and Dion had some little bit of back and forth conversations on, guy, take this in seriously. Or guy, go lose guard. Or like we say so many things about that then, and I was kind of always kind of like fine. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, fine. So then, with his direction, with his mentorship, and with his encouragement, I started looking into the possibility of US, because then I never thought about
Mhm.
applying to any schools in the US. So I did all the assignments, all the normal things that we are always encouraged to do. And just not to bore you guys off, the whole summary is in 2022. I started rolling out applications. So it was a very stressful process. I must be very honest. So I did everything, and to God be the glory. It all worked out in 2023. I got, I think, four different offers, two masters and two PhDs, and I just picked what I feel suit best for what I want to do. And so that's how I am here today. Yeah, that's just like a summary, not to like make it too long.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So sorry, we could see that of course he was very comfortable, and so thank God that you listen. I remember when we had that back and forth. And like, Baba, leave this thing will get worse. I'm sure that you must have blamed yourself by now if you didn't leave. No matter how good that country is. But I thank God. I think we met last year. We met physically here in Canada, and I'm really glad that we've been friends since then, and I'm really really happy about that. Thank you for the story. So let's go to Nosa. Nosa, let's go to your stories. Yes,
Okay.
tell us the whole story.
Mhm. Just a summary of it anyway.
I know,
Uh,
no, sorry, Baba. We get like 1 hour, 1.5 hours here. So yeah.
I'm in can I remember? It's been a long time anyway. So the whole process started around 2022. Then I was still doing NYSC. So I started coding mainly. I met D1 on Twitter. So he put me through the process of code mailing and not doing everything. But not everyone is going to get scholarship. That's certain. But I didn't get scholarship, so I tried. I knew that there's a PRO pathway for professionals, so that was also an option for me. So I was also processing that one by the side. So around then 2023 when I finished NYC, then I started working. I was like, it was like at the end of the month, what I'm able to save is not really enough for me to cater for myself, not talk of having a family if I end up getting married in Nigeria and then I have a family. So I was like, I can't continue with this. I spoke with my family members, my parents, my sisters, my brothers, everyone. So they have to come up with me getting a master's, going for school, because that is the fastest. But if you're going for PR pathway, it's not really that fast. Canada PR pathway is not fast. It takes time. So that was on the background already for me. So 2023
Mm.
November, I got admission to a school in the UK. So just like I said, not everyone is going to get scholarship. So it was self-fund. So I took the opportunity. So I started the school in January 2024. So when I got to the UK, when I started school in January, around February, I got a notification of interest. I don't know if anyone knows about the notification of interest. Is a notification of interest
Mhm.
that a province in Canada will call you to apply for their provincial nominee
Yes.
program. So I got it from Ontario
Yes.
around February. So I started the process. I applied for the PhD. It was around August. I got the nomination. When I got the nomination around August, so I applied for and I applied for the last stage which is the PRO application. So around November, I got the PRO application approved. Yeah. So I finished masters in the UK January 2025. That's this January. Around around May, I left UK for Canada. So I'm a permanent resident in Canada right now. That's just a summary of the process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So where are you currently in Canada?
I'm in Ontario, Waterloo area.
Okay, that's good. Congratulations, my brother. So everybody listening to us, you can see Nosa's story from UK did straight PR to come and meet me here in Canada. So I always tell people that you just need to know the right information. Everybody may not or cannot even use the school route to come to Canada. You just need to be informed. In your case, you did the provincial nomination. So what kind of provincial nomination did you do exactly? So that people who are listening to us and want to do that kind of thing, they can also follow
Okay,
suit.
okay. Let me carry us through the process. Maybe I didn't really say much about the process. I actually
Okay.
started the whole process around April 2023. That was when the whole process of
April
Canada
2023,
PR
okay?
started. I wrote IELTS, the general IELTS, April 2023. No, it was
Mm-hmm.
March 18th, 2023. I wrote the general IELTS. I started evaluation of my credentials. I'm a pharmacist in Nigeria. I started the evaluation of my credentials around April. So the evaluation got approved. I finished the evaluation around September. So September, I entered the express entry pool. After the express entry pool, then I it was around
Okay.
November. I got notification of interest from Ontario. So when you enter the express entry pool, you are like there's a way it's placed that the higher your score, the higher your chances of being called, and also your experience matters also. If you have experience in tech or in health, you can easily be called by
Yes.
any of the provinces. They are in demand profession, and pharmacist is one of those professions that are in demand in Canada, especially
Yes.
in Ontario. So
Yes.
you have a high chance. If you are one of any of those two professions, you have a high chance of being called by any of the provinces through notification of interest. When you've been called for, when you've been notified that it's just like the province will come, like they need you to apply for their PMP if you're interested. So that's why they call it notification of interest. So when you get that notification of interest, you need to apply for the nomination. That's the provincial nominee pathway. After you apply for the nomination, then it now get approved. Is after it's already been approved, that's when you can apply for PRO process, the PRO state. That's it. It took around 8 to 9 months. For some, it's case by case. For some persons, it might even take more than that. Yeah, but it wasn't fast for me. I got the notification of interest. I entered September. I got
Yes.
the notification of interest around like maybe 5 months later. So some person can be there for years, and maybe that's just it. It's case by case.
Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people who have been in the express entry pool for years, years. Well, number one, because they are not strategic. They just want to follow everybody because everybody is going to Canada and everybody wants to do the PR route. They forgot that everybody's path is different. Some people just say, since everybody is joining pool, let me say write exam and join the pool. Yes, you can join the pool, but you can be in the pool for years. And for express entry, after 1 year, your profile will expire. You have to put a new profile on the Canada pool. But you are smart because number one, you know, you did your research, you are sure that Ontario needs pharmacists. So because you studied pharmacy and you have the experience, you are able to apply for expression of interest. People don't know this thing. They don't know. Everybody just think that people who come to Canada come through schooling, PhD, masters. There are people who come directly as permanent resident and they start working because of their job. And this is one key thing I want to emphasize in this. Sorry for my voice. I'm straining it. I'm having my voice is really bad. But people who want to come to Canada, please be smart about it. You do not necessarily have to come through schooling. You can use the express entry route just like Nusa did. At the end of this call, I'm going to, tell you guys to put your phone numbers or, if anybody wants to reach out to you, ask questions, or if you have your platforms and all of that. Yes, but good. I'm really happy with what you said, Nusa. So, are you practicing as a pharmacist now in Ontario? Because most likely it's not the same.
Yeah, yeah,
Most likely it's not like
I'm
that.
working. I'm working towards it. It's going to take time. I only have license to practice in Nigeria. Even the UK, I couldn't practice. So yeah, I have to get license. To get license, yeah, I have to write like 3 to 4 exams. But I already started.
Yes.
I started looking for the exams.
That's if that's if you
It's not
want
stress.
that's if you want nursing. Most people change career
Yeah, yeah.
when they get to
You can
Canada.
easily change career.
You know.
You can easily change career because this pharmacy, this evaluating body exam is not really easy. It's not really easy. So people normally most times people
Yeah,
just switch,
I agree
and
with
it's
you.
expensive too. Yeah.
It's really expensive. Yeah. That's one of the disadvantages of coming to Canada because the route at which you come to Canada, you may not practice using that route anymore.
Very
I know a
true.
lot of people came to
Very true.
Canada that after getting their PR, some of them started Uber. They go look for money. Some people move to project management, Scrum, Masters, and all of that. Yeah, so thank you for your story, my brother.
Thank
So
you very
let's
much.
go to Marcel. Yeah, Marcel, yes, tell us your story
Okay.
from beginning to the end. Take your time as much as possible. You have 5 minutes or so, 6 minutes to say your story so that people can hear. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So let me start from the beginning. Initially, in 2023, I didn't actually wanted to. Not like I didn't want to, but I was not thinking about the US. I was thinking about going to Canada. I mean, as of then, it was sort of cheap to go there compared to now, you know. And my friend showed me the one's page, and I was like always getting all those tips, the the amounts and all those stuff. Now, so I was really working towards that until the whole floating the naira and all those things happened, and the thing just skyrocketed. So I told myself, why should I spend such amount? Not be only me, my papa born, get that kind of stuff. So even my pops himself, at that point, he was now, hesitating to like, oh, should I really spend this amount and all those things? No, I didn't want to stress him anymore because he was really dragging it. And then one of my friends, he was also into this process, but he started like 2022. So he started then, but he didn't get in 2022, and eventually he got in 2023. I mean, he was telling me about it, but I didn't believe him. I didn't believe it was possible to like transition from your bachelor's to the PhD directly. I thought you had to get a master's first. So I didn't really put my mind into it until he showed me his offer letter, and I was like, whoa, this is actually amazing and it's happening. So I held his trousers. I was like, you really have to show me what you did. Yeah, that kind of thing. I was like, whoa. Because he's my departmental, so the same school and all those things. And then I was lucky because as of then he was still in Nigeria. He got an offer for spring 2024. So he was still around that September of 2023 and all. So he had time. So he had time to like show me a lot of stuff and what to do and how to start. So I started September. I mean, I got to know about the whole stuff very well in September 2023. So I started fully October 2023, and then and it was war because as of then schools have already started the admission. In fact, they're about to end. They have already given out waivers and all those things. So I was already like too late to start in October 2023. But then I was like, nah, I wanted to leave this country. Let me just try at least. So, and as of then, I didn't have any of those major requirements like the GREs or IELTS or publications and all those things, right? I did not. But there was a post D1 put out one time. He was like, you don't necessarily have to use the conventional methods to apply. You also have to apply the unconventional methods. Anything you have that you have control of, use it to apply at this point. So I was like, okay, I do not want to write the GRE. I don't want to write all those test scores and all those things, right? I just started putting out the applications that I had. So as of October or towards the end of September, I started researching schools. So I researched over 60 schools. I put them in an Excel sheet with all the information that I want to get from the program. That's chemical engineering. And so that was like, I put school, the deadlines, if they accept GRE or not, if they have application fees, the deadline for applications, the professors that I wanted to work with, their research, and then the program coordinators and their emails too, because I needed to ask for waivers. So this was heading towards October, and then I started doing my CV, the academic CV. So he gave me his own. He gave me his first draft, which was not really much, you know. But one thing I appreciate was that he was really pressing my neck a lot. It was not being like, "Oh, now my guy, make I go easy on you." If I write rubbish, he's telling me plainly that this is trash. You understand that kind of stuff. So I did the CV myself. I went online, started looking at people's CVs and all those things, and I made sure I edited my own because I didn't have much, but I wanted to like package everything, just make it look presentable. If you look at it, the aesthetics and all those things. And then I started working towards code emailing professors, the ones I had in my Excel sheet. And then he helped me out with his sample, which I also tried to incorporate mine and my own experiences into the code mails. So I sent code mails to professors. It was crazy because I had that October and November to do all these things, but deadlines were like December 1st, December 5th. In fact, that December as a whole. So I was just sending code emails at some point. I sent about over 300 emails to professors. And then I was only able to get one interview. And that was, I think, University of Texas. I got one. But then I had an interview with the professor, you know, but then he was like, he's not sure I would, be able to get in because the admissions committee would not allow him to personally admit somebody, but he likes my profile and everything. And the admissions committee would, look into the fact that I do not have a master's. You get that kind of stuff. Oh, and the program was for chemistry, not chemical engineering. So, and I didn't take a lot of courses in organic chemistry. I just took one semester of organic chemistry, and it was like I have a good background, good writing skills, and all those things. But then the admissions committee might just probe him a lot on some of the courses that I've taken that does not match chemistry program, blah blah. I was like, okay, but he said he will get back to me. He will reply to me on all those things. But he did not reply anymore. And I waited. I even emailed him again, and he did not reply. So I was like, man, I can't be sending code emails anymore. There was no time. So that was like towards the middle of October. So I was like, okay, let me send out emails to graduate coordinators to get um, application fee waivers. And as of then, the schools that were left were like almost the top schools, the ones that had waivers still flying around. So I emailed over 60 schools asking for waivers, and I was able to get 20 waivers. So I got 20 waivers, and then I had to work with that. So there was this my friend that I was working with. So we were just exchanging schools. If this one gives me waiver, I'll send it to her. Ask them they have waiver, so and they'll give it to her too. All this kind of stuff. So that was what we were doing, and then started preparing our application, the SOP, the other materials that we could, apply to. So one thing we did was filter out schools because we didn't have GRE or all those test scores or publications. So if we notice that you are requesting for all these things, we throw you away. You know, if we notice that you're just asking a lot of us, we are not doing anything, and if you don't give us waivers, you're not applying. Because at that point, we didn't want to pay anything. I mean, that was just the bet we took on ourselves. We didn't want to pay anything. We didn't want to spend any money so much. So then we got all these waivers and we started preparing the application, the SOP, which was the craziest part because I mean, it didn't just teaches you how to be concise, but still making it very very strong, putting all your points and all those things. And it was the toughest because my guy he was really drilling us. One part that he said that really really I almost quit. It was like he saw my SOP and was like, admissions committee don't suffer. That if they read this thing now, they now head will just get. You understand that kind of stuff? I was like, Jesus Christ is done. I saw this guy, I don't have my writing, because I really thought it was top notch. And I feel like it's the case even here now. You write so much and you feel like it's the bomb until someone else reads it and gives you all the corrections and you just see that it's in the trash. You know. So he was not really mincing words. As of then, it was really like painful and like show me, give me your own materials. I did not see his SOP even till today. I did not see his SOP that he used to get in. So it was like I should go out there and make research. Then he'll be reviewing it. That's the only thing he can do. So that was what he did for us, and we were able to get. At some point, it was not even that perfect anymore because there was no time, and we needed to apply with the waivers that they gave us from all the schools. And then we put in our applications until we met the next wahala. And I realized that putting up your application was not even the most hardest part of the whole application process. It was getting recommendation letters. That was the craziest thing ever. Because it's easier to just work with your own pace, do your applications yourself. But then the application, the recommendation letter it was really crazy. And they really, really stressed me and the girl. But yeah, I mean, it was fine. At some points, I had to start, greasing their elbows so that it didn't just hasten things up, because they were just being so slow. This one will say, I have my lesson notes to write. But once you just do something like this, suddenly they have time. They start putting in, all this kind of stuff. And then my friend really, really, he tried for me because he showed me how to organize the letters. Because I even thought I should leave everything to the lecturers to do it for me and submit. It was like, no, that you have to draft it and convince them to upload it for you. Just do one or two. So that was what I did. At some point, I had to go to the school to beg. You understand? Because it seemed calling them and texting them was not even working anymore. So they needed to see me, and I stood there. I was like, "No, man, you have to upload it right now." And because the way I did mine was, I applied to all these schools at once. So they sent all the link for the recommendation letter to them at once. So they can just sit down in one sitting and then upload everything instead of doing it in batches. So that was what I did, and then they were able to upload all these things finally. So I used two lecturers from my school and then one from where I worked. So all of them had PhDs, and then they uploaded the letters for me. But yeah, it was really a lot. And after that, I waited. The next step was like wait for interviews. But I was not getting any. January I didn't get any invites throughout January, and my friend got an invite, right? So I was like, oh my goodness, what thing they actually happened? Did you get that kind of stuff? So yeah, I was not really envious, but I was feeling left out. I was like, God, when will my one happen? So eventually I helped her prepare for the interviews based on what I was, researching online on how to go about interviews and all. And then she got an offer in February. You understand that kind of thing? I've not gotten any invites. I was just eating love letters left and right, left and right. You get the one way even sup one night. I just pick all my guys up where I make with the enter party. You understand that kind of stuff. Because it was it was really crazy that night. I was like, God, meeting this up. But then I didn't know that, God had better plans for me and all those things. I was praying to God for interviews. Meanwhile, an offer just came like that. I just woke up and then I just saw an offer in my inbox. It was my spam email actually. No interview, nothing, just straight offer, just sign and all those things, right? I didn't do anything. And then it was really surprising. I thought it was a scam, you know. I started researching all the people that signed the letter. I was like, make I see if this they actually exist, you know. I looked them up and it was actually real, you know. And then I signed, sent it back, and then the graduate chair just emailed me. I was like, oh my goodness, this is real, you know. And then that was about it. You know, it was not easy, and I'm not recommending what we did starting so late. It's not really recommended, and I'm not telling you guys to do it or to also fully hope on using application fee waivers. You know, this was like the bet we decided to take on ourselves and not writing GRE. So I used to tell people, if you have the money, just do it. Don't just say, oh, we use this roadmap and it didn't work. You know, so I tried everything, the code mails and applying to schools just like that without any professor's approvals. So that was what we tried everything within that short time frame. So if you can do it, then you can actually use a longer time to prep so much and very well and better than we did because we made mistakes. You know, those silly mistakes that you're writing your SOP and you're saying, I'm applying to the Department of Chemical Engineering at Arizona State University. Meanwhile, you're sending it to University of Florida. You get that kind of stuff, all those silly ass mistakes. So yeah, I realized so much when I was sending this that I made most of these mistakes, you know. But I mean, I feel if you're going to get in, you're going to get in, you know. You don't have to be perfect and all those things though, but just try your best, start on time and avoid this kind of silly mistakes that we did, you know. And yeah, so I was able to apply to 14 schools out of the 20 I had waivers for because of the recommendation letters, right? So I just gave up after 14. I was like, I'm not stressing it again. So I lost six, you know. So I don't know, but I feel like I don't know, but it was the last three schools I applied to. I got into one, you know. So I was like, assuming I gave up before applying to those last three schools, what would have happened, you know? So I don't know. Just apply to as much as you can with good application, and sometimes it's not about you; it's about space, honestly. And coming and I'm seeing it. There's limited space and funding. You get that kind of stuff. So that was how I got in, and yeah, I didn't tell my pops I was doing all these things. You know, remember I said the Canada stuff. So I didn't tell him. It was when I got the offer, I just called him immediately. You understand? And he can't carry everything off from here. You know, he started looking for money, all this kind of stuff now to sponsor every other thing. You get that kind of stuff. So I feel like that was like the motivation he needed to not. He's not gonna pay the fees, nothing else, just for me to relocate and come here. You know. So yeah, and it was really good to see him being so happy and proud. So yeah, that is my story. Summary of it.
Thank you, Master. I love that elaborate story. I love how elaborate it is. Two key lessons for me in your story. Number one, have a very good friend
Yeah,
who is willing to teach you and show you shege. You said that your friend did not show you SOP,
I'm telling
even though
you,
you guys are very close. But instead of that, he was correcting your SOP.
it was.
To you, you feel bad. Thank God you were wise enough to endure that process. Another person will feel bad. Take note, we have over 700 persons listening here on YouTube Live. We have over 250 listening on Twitter. We have over 75 on Instagram. I hope you guys are listening. The fact that I love you does not mean I should spoil you. I need to let you go through the process too, because you will be alone. Marcel, if you did not learn how to write SOP, I'm sure you'll be struggling your articles today,
That's true, actually. That's true.
because your friend is a very wise guy. I need to see that guy. Somebody who is able to not make you feel bad, but still make you go through the process. Those kind of friends are rare. Oh, that guy well. He's a very good guy. Somebody who will not spoil you, who will make sure that you go through the process and stay with you. If it is our contemporary days, like say that guy, with that guy, you are go pass you. He say now you get SOP. You get SOP.
Yeah,
You see the point? That's one key point for me, and one key lesson for people listening to us. cumulatively now we have over 1,000 persons listening to us. The fact that if you have a good company, it does not mean they should spoil you. Sorry for my voice, I'm straining it. But make sure that your friends are good and they have good intentions. Is really important. Number 2 lesson, key lesson, because I'm also learning. I like to learn everywhere. The second lesson for me too is that now who give a fuck up. You don't know when your story, the answers to your prayers will come. You don't know how it will come, but you just have to keep going. The solution, the answer you got today, the breakthrough you got today, you did not expect it, but it did not stop you from chasing other things. This is another major mistake people make. If they're not getting the answers from what or where they want, they will stop and not do what they are supposed to do. I tell people, you are not the one that will determine where the breakthrough or your success story will come from. Your job is to be consistent in doing something. I always tell people too, sorry for my voice, that I would rather have what I don't need than need what I don't have. I would rather make sure I do my best and let God and nature do its best. But I will not leave my own best and leave it to God and nature and circumstances and favor and all of those prayer points alone. I'll make sure I do my best. Those are 2 key points, for me in your story. And I hope and I wish that somebody is learning too. Another one is that you don't know when it will come too. Because some people, they must have tried. Look at that BD, I'm still coming back to you. Tried over many, many times. Well, I say, well, I know they do again, I beg. I know there are many people who left this scholarship road and went to do other things. And I say, well, it's not for me. Yes, I agree that it's not for you because it's for people who can stay with something until they get it. Because I tell people this scholarship route is a test of what you will face later in the future. It's a test. People don't know. Now that I've finished PhD here in Canada, I'm applying to other places, doing a lot of many things together, trying to get bigger or fast, trying to expand my business. I face a lot of oppositions every day, but I laugh. You know why? It don't happen before. It don't happen before. Last week, I went back to all the emails I sent to my professor when I was looking for PhD offer. You know why? I'm trying to get motivation for myself. So I had to go and check all my failures again. Please, if you are here, document your failures. It will help you again. You know me, do what the ginger people. Ginger people. After I don't ginger all of you, it remained me and my sole problem. I was checking all the emails I sent throughout 2018, throughout 2017, all the stupid emails I sent that did not make sense, all the attachments, and I was laughing at myself. Most people are not successful today or cannot have success because they cannot document failure. Failure is always a reminder that God brought you from somewhere and that it should ginger you when you are facing the next opposition. And nobody here is not a Christian, but remember David and Goliath. When David wanted to face Goliath, he had to read the CV. I thought in the field, I was one that killed the bear. I was one that did this. I will kill you. He is reading his CV. It don't happen before. So if you are here and when you get disappointed or you get unfortunately, you delete the email, you are doing yourself. I know this message is to somebody. You've applied for scholarship for a very long time. You did not get it and you went to your inbox and delete other email. You are doing yourself because when you eventually get that success, you will not have something that will make you remind yourself of failure. One of the things that keeps successful people successful for a long time is that they remind themselves of where they are coming from. And I like what you did, Marcel. It's really important and key in this conversation. If you are here, I know a lot of people are listening to us. You know you are not getting scholarship. You are here because you want to get scholarship and all of that. You will fail. It's not a course. The idea of failure to me is not, God forbid. I write it down. This one, D1, it is failure. Failure to me is not negative the way Africans have painted it. Failure to me is a push, and that's why I document failures a lot, because it will help me when that success comes. So people that are listening to us, I thought it just came to my mind to say this to you, because I know a lot of people who are joining us who have applied for many things. It's not even scholarship alone. You have applied for jobs, you have applied for so many things, and it's not coming. You are here to get in there and go and continue. But your time will come if you don't give up, because you don't know when or where your success stories will come. Thank you, Marcel, for that brilliant summary. And let me go to Abidi. Abidi, the question I want to ask you is this: what do you think was responsible for the scholarship you got? Your application process. What do you think were the factors that were responsible to it? And please, if you are also specific, can you tell us how many failures you've had? Again, I don't know if you are doing it. Me, I document failures a lot. I'm doing a lot of many things now. And if you ask me, D1, how many failures do you have? I can tell you in my head. I've always seen it on my second screen. What have I done that did not work? What can I do better? I don't say I don't want to see it. Some people, they don't want to see failure. It makes them feel unworthy. They need something that will massage their ego. Baba, you no go last. Ada, you dey here. I've been telling you on Twitter. I know you are here again. I'm sure you are learning. Yes, my guy. Yes, you have the mic.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much. I'm just trying to. I mean, my stories can be. It's to me. I would say it's. I would say one of the things I think helped me is the fact that I'm someone that has a very strong mentality, and I'm someone that I'm very resilient. Because if I think about some things that has happened, I'm not even supposed to. I should have given up a long time ago. In 2019, when I was processing Germany, if many of you folks know about how Germany work, there is what they call block account. So there is what they call, if I can remember, sponsorship. I want to give you guys background so you understand. So what I did then was, this whole block account stuff is when you put about, I think, 10,300 euros, which is going to be the cost of your living expenses for 1 year before you actually before you will be able to get your admission and get your appointment letter. So what I did then was many people opted for the old sponsorship letter. So what I did was my hard hand saved money as at 2019, 10,000 plus euros cash. I put it into a block account, hoping to get appointment letter and all those things. So 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, five. It was about 9 months. I didn't get any invitation to appointment. At that point, I was depressed because there are so many things I could have done with. I think it was around 8 or 9 million as at 2018. It is a lot of money because I knew how hard I worked to be able to put that money together. So then I was depressed because I was thinking of what I could have done with that money. Is this how I'm going to wait forever without hearing back from the German embassy? So that went. Then in 2019, during that period too, I applied for HKPFS, as I mentioned earlier. I applied to, there's a way they kind of do it and apply to maybe 2 or 3 schools and put it under the HKPFS. HKPFS means Hong Kong Postgraduate Fellowship Scheme. So I applied to CTU and PolyU. So then I have a friend who is now a doctor, who is in CTU at that time. So who gave me all the links and everything. So I did some research and I even interviewed, and to my own perspective, I thought everything was set and I was going to get it. To my surprise, I didn't get in. That's number 2. So that was around the same time, right? Again, I tried that of China. I got accepted. That was when COVID hit. As at that time in 2020, I was still waiting for Germany. You guys remember, I have more than 10,000 euros in my blog account. Nothing worked. As at that time, I was depressed. I was tired. I was so mad at myself. So I talked to my brother about it, and I was like, "Am I doing the right thing?" As at that time, I just made up my mind that maybe God did not even want Germany for me. maybe God had something else. I spoke to my mom about it, and she just said, "Don't worry, maybe God had something better for you." I just decided to stop the whole German process. Then again, I went through hell before I could get my money back. In fact, I lost more than 2,000 euros in the process. That was one of the most, oh, till now, when I think about it, I still feel sad about that experience. Then when I met the D1, we started talking. In fact, I know you might have, I mean, forgotten. I used to see myself as someone who is brilliant, who is, I wrote the very first SOP or so, I cannot remember, I sent to him. When he gave me comments, I sat down and I started looking at, I now went through my transcript. I started looking at myself like, do I even know anything? Am I even going to make it? It was so harsh. That is what I tell people in my community. When I give them feedbacks at times, when you give people feedbacks, they think you are wicked or they think you are not encouraging them. Feedbacks are, you see, if you want to be successful, you need to have a thick skin. That's what my advisor always tell me. That same D1 that gave me very, very, very harsh feedback then was someone I saw face to face when I went to Canada last year. Fast forward, I started rethinking about, okay, so that was when I started learning on how to sharpen my writing and my communication skills, which I believe has improved. So from then, in 2022, I applied to 3 schools in the US and 2 schools or so in the UK. I got accepted in the UK, but the tuition was much. Although I could afford it, but I've learned bitterly from my experience in Germany. So as at that time, I don't want to put my money into anything that has to do with tuition or something. If I'm not going to get scholarship, then as at that time, I was not ready to even put my money into anything. So fast forward to that 2022, I got accepted into one master's program. Then I applied to University of Pennsylvania, which was an Ivy League school. I never knew it was an Ivy League school. I only applied there because I saw that what that professor was doing aligned with mine. We did interview, everything was normal. I was optimistic just for me to just a normal rejection. Again, for the other 2 schools, New York University, which was also a top school. Then I never knew about how to check all these rankings. They also they were asking me to pay. The whole tuition was around 60,000 then dollars. So then I was thinking like I don't have that kind of money to pay. So I just did not bother to follow up. And the last school was BGSU. They gave me half tuition scholarship, but then I didn't want a master's. So in 2022 was when I was now very serious with, okay, let me be serious with this and let me apply to more schools in the US. So I just forget about the whole idea of any other school, any other country. I focused on US. So I was able to document more than 50 something schools, if I'm not mistaken. So I sent out close to about, not too much, about 40 something emails, because then D1 always tell us that if you've not sent over 100 emails, don't even talk to me. Don't even come and talk to me. So I was not able to meet up to that 100 because I was busy working and doing some other things, but I was able to send about 40 something or so. Out of that, I got a couple of, but one thing about my emails is I always get feedbacks. I don't know what I'm doing right or not, but many people says they send emails, they don't get, feedback. I get feedback for nearly 90% of all my code emails, whether yes or no or blah 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 blah. So then I applied to, I think, 5 schools, and I got into 3, as I said, 3 or 4. I can't really remember, 3 or 4, but definitely I got those rejections first before the. In fact, let me tell you guys, the funniest thing was I nearly missed this opportunity that I am on right now. The deadline was December 15th, 2022. I submitted my application 11:58, and it was supposed to close at the following day. And what happened was I was thinking my UBA dollar card is going to work, and it didn't work. So I was on the process of paying for more than 2 days. it was one of my friends that eventually helped me to try, and I was eventually able to submit the application. So that is going to corroborate with what Marcel said. If they asked me, I would be thinking I would be in Virginia Tech. I would be thinking and I would be in UF, because those were where I but I never knew it is going to be Auburn where I am now. So you simply do not know what that opportunity is going to be or where you are going to end up. But if you look at my story, what I'm bringing out from it is that never give up. And what I'm going to say is that you only fail when you stop trying. And these days, I believe those experiences, those disappointments has really sharpened my mentality these days. And right now, I'm so confident that, I mean, if you don't try to be, you cannot become anything. You just have to try. And you don't even know what is going to happen if you don't try. So what I'm going to tell you, if we are in this, process, one thing I'm going to tell you is, just to wrap it up. One, grad school application in the US specifically is a game of numbers. So if your target is to JAPA, or you want to like go and study, and you don't have the money, like you want scholarship, you must be ready to face a lot of rejections, and you must understand that it is a game of numbers. That's one. Two, you must be ready to put in the effort, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I've seen people who have first class who have been looking for funding for more than 3 years. It happens that way. And lastly, I don't know again if you are Christian or whatever you believe in, you have to understand that everybody too has their timing. But one thing I always tell even my mentees is that you don't know when your time is going to come. So that means you have to keep trying. You don't know when it's going to be your time, right? You have to keep trying. And as the one has said, one thing I also add to this is that what you are going to enjoy in the next 6 months is the product of your hard work now. So if you're not doing things now, many people, once they don't get accepted, they tend to relax. You are not doing any online training, nothing. You are just there doing WhatsApp, doing TikTok, doing things that are not going to bring value to your future. Use that waiting time to look for one or two things to do that will put you out there. Sharpen your LinkedIn. That is if you want to go through this route, or if you have another thing, fine. Do all these things so that when that opportunity comes, you already have some things to use to. Because one more thing I'm going to add is that don't do the same thing and expect a different result. If you are doing something and it's not working for you, ask for feedback. Even there are times when if they don't accept you, ask the school, ask the department, what is happening? How can I make my application better? That boils down to the fact that while you are waiting to apply, don't sit down idle. Do something that will make your profile and your CV stronger. If you can do all these things and keep pushing with the right hard work, and one last thing is you need guidance. One way or the other, look for mentors, look for people who have gone through this process that can support you and push you to become to be able to navigate through it easily. The whole idea of mentor is that I have walked through this part. These were my roadblocks. I'm going to hold your hand and show you so that you know how to pivot and not fall into that same roadblock, so make it a bit easier for you. And that's all I am going to say. But one thing I can assure you guys is, if you keep trying, if you keep putting in the right effort, trust me, whether you like it or not, the offer is going to come. You just have to keep trying. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Guy, thank you. Very nice, very succinct. Please, I need comments from YouTube. I need a lot of comments so that I can see what you guys are learning. Please, I need comments. Comments on YouTube. Let me put it there. I need comments. Comments, please, because I'm seeing a lot of comments, and then we are putting it there. So, but I need a lot of comments so we can move. Mr. Nosa, yes, back to you. What can you tell us about your story, your journey so far, from Niger to masters in UK? We can't see your face. Okay, from Niger to masters in UK to now become a permanent resident in Ontario, Canada. what were your stories? What can you tell people to ginger people to say, I don't do it, I can do it? Everybody will not go through the route of education. And I like the fact that everyone's journey is unique. So please tell us your unique journey, what you have learned, the shege your eyes saw from Nigeria to UK, from UK to, because this is why we're having these stories. I want people to see that they are not alone. That's why I'm starting this series. This is episode 1. I want people to see that they are not alone. That's all. And that their story is not unique. It's common. A lot of people think that village people are after them. They are not getting jobs. They are not getting admission. No scholarship. They try. When they hear stories like this, it will ginger them. Thank you. Okay. Yes, let's
Okay,
go, no, sir.
thank you. Sometimes I feel I wasn't really serious with scholarship stuff. Because pharmacy was not really so good for me. I didn't come out with so. I didn't come out with first class, so I was like, my chances are really narrow. It's not really that big. So I was like, let me see if I can use one UK school to start. And let me start from somewhere because PRO process, Canada PRO process takes time. You have to be patient. In fact, you can get married before you enter the pool. You're not married yet. You'll be in the pool. You get married. You have children. You still be in the pool. So that's a long term process. For the very short term, for the short term, if you want something quick, you just have to use UK Masters. That will be fast and you need money for that. So in the UK, when you go for master, in fact, anywhere abroad, they're ready to do menial jobs. Whether you're a doctor or be ready. But most of these companies, they won't employ students. Several times when I make call, send my CV, they say they're looking for full time. Once they hear I'm a student, it's over. In fact, you'll be on interview once they hear you're a student, that's the end. So it wasn't really easy getting a job, paying bills. You can't be paying bills with Naira now. How possible? When one Naira is like, when one point is like 2,000 Naira, 2,000 Naira. So imagine when you have to pay an house rent of £500 or £700 in a month, every month. Imagine when you pay that with Naira. Come on, you cannot do that now. So you must have to look for a job. So jobs are mainly open for students. I do manager, factory job, even cleaning. I do a lot of jobs in the UK. I do a lot of stuff. So that'll be story for another day anyway. So it's always really easy. So when you're going for school, even with your own money, you still have to have the open mind to do anything possible to get your bills paid, even school fees. Most of the time you have to pay half of the school fees. So it's better if you can pay your school fees before going traveling. It will remove a lot of burden from you. So that's another one. So have an open mind to accept any job just to pay your bills and pay the many part of your school fees. So another one, another question. I think what should I answer again? Ask another question.
Okay.
Another question.
Okay. So let's start. Yes, we've used 1 hour for discussion. Let's not take questions. So if you have questions, I can see questions here on my Instagram. If you're on YouTube, please ask your questions. We take it one by one. As many we have about 30 or 40 minutes for questions. And because from the questions, ideas will be coming.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me start. If you have questions, we put it on Twitter, put it there. I'll see it here on StreamYard. On YouTube, put it there. On Instagram, I'm seeing it there. Excuse me. So on Instagram, Nupe Guru said, let me do this here on my phone. Sorry, Mr. Marcel, were you able to get a fully funded scholarship without GRE? Your efforts on code emailing and applications waiver encouraged me. Thank you, Nube, because you are encouraged. But let's ask Marcel for the questions.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, like I said, I did not write any test scores, right?
Omo, you
I
are
did.
lucky. Nothing. And you
I did
got
not.
fully funded PhD. Omo,
Yeah,
Grace, they follow you.
Wow,
Grace, they your head.
that's nice.
yeah. So I did not. The only thing I submitted that was not part of the whole process was the writing sample, and that was like my project, my BSc project. So I just took out some parts, rearranged the writings, and then submitted that. You know, but for this school, I didn't submit any of those things. They said it was optional, so I did not. Because some people will say it's
Wow.
it,
So the one
it
that you even prepared, you didn't even get it.
Yeah, exactly. That was the crazy thing.
Wow.
The school that I actually gave you I had the school in my mind that this was the school. The professor was even responding to me, even paid for the application fee. He was the one that sent me the code and was like, I should apply. So I thought he was the one that was going to work, and I was paying for an interview, you know. But then the one I did not expect, that was not the one I got into college. So no GRE, nothing. Even my friend too, and the other one that also pushed me
Thank you
towards
very
it.
much. That's what most people don't know.
So,
Yeah, thank you very much. That's what most people don't know. They believe that whatever they are doing, if it doesn't come to reality, they will give up. No, the one that you have done everything may not be the one that will not even work out. So that's really good. So I'm still waiting for questions. While we are waiting for questions from people, let me ask Ambidi. So I know that US now it's really because of the you know political climate and what's going on. What will you advise people looking at uh, scholarship in the US now? Because 2023 is different from 2025 is different now. So for people looking for scholarship in the US now, what do you advise they do differently? It's really important. What should they do differently?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. So one thing I'm going to say is there we have more than 1,000 public institutions here in the US. Yes, there are funding cuts, but things are normalizing, right? So I am someone that I don't necessarily want you guys to get scared or believe whatever too many things you are seeing in the media. Yes, there are funding cuts here and there, but things are normalizing. And in the next 6 months, I expect things to kind of be taking shape back, right? Those that have their grants and this and that, things are getting into shape. So what I'm going to tell you is, if I were to kind of do this process again, what I would maybe do better is, number one, maybe expand the number of schools I apply to. Maybe instead of 40, maybe I'm going to increase that number one. Then two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay attention to the program requirements, especially if you are looking for a PhD. You see, I want you guys to see PhDs or fully funded positions as a job application. So pay attention to whatever advert or whatever those things that is in the position or their program requirement, and try as much as possible to tailor your CV and your experiences to match what they are looking for. And that is because it's not just about first class or so. Right now, many schools are beginning to look into your holistic application. So aside the fact that you want to, and one common mistakes I feel most applicants that they do is that they become lazy to work on their CV before they even before you get to the interview process. What is going to speak for you is your CV, and I'm going to add that there are some things you cannot change. Maybe your CGPA now, for example, that is fixed. There is nothing you can do to change that. But pay more attention to those other things that you can change, like your CV, your research experience, your teaching experience. Then, one key thing that I know the value here in the US is volunteering experience and leadership experience. Those two things could also be what will stand out in your CVs. So, try as much as possible to involve yourself in research and teaching related initiatives, and call your undergraduate supervisors, go back to your alma. Just find a way to keep yourself engaged. Don't just keep a constant CV and keep using that same CV every year without changing anything. So I'm going to add that as much as possible, you cannot change your GPA, but there are so many other things that you can work on, that you can improve to further, increase your chances. But I am going to say this: are we having funding cut in the US? Yes. Are there still so many opportunities? Yes. As we are talking right now, we have so many profs who are still looking for PhD and master students. You just have to take the pain to do the research to document those schools. And please send intelligent emails, because even I, that I'm not a professor yet, you know, I don't, when I see emails that are not smart or that are too redundant, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to believe that you've not done your own work. So before you email any professor or anybody or anything, make sure you do your due diligence and don't ask them redundant question. If a professor put it out there that I am looking for PhD students, don't go and start asking them that are they hiring PhD students. To me, that is redundant. Better still, tell them what is unique about you that you think should make them respond to your emails, because these guys are very, very busy. Maybe that's why I often get responses to almost all my emails. So those are the feedbacks I'm going to give you guys. You must have CVs for every application. Don't use one CV for this for two different applications. No, read the requirement very, very well and tailor your CV to what you are applying to. And please, your CV should not be more than 2 pages. If you have publications, maybe 4 or 5, that's only when you should have 3 pages or 4 pages. No professor wants to read 5 pages of maybe CV, because the reason why I'm saying this specifically is because of the competition, right? So you have to make sure you also scale up a little bit so that you will increase your chances. And lastly, there are more than 1,000 higher education schools here in the US. So trust me, so many of them. And don't say, because don't just limit yourself to what you are seeing. Do your own research. And you can use some of these AI tools to just look for those schools and take the pain, just as Marcel said, look into each of those schools and make your own list and follow up accordingly. And lastly, make sure you follow up. If you don't follow up, you are only doing it yourself. Make sure you follow up. And of course, if you have any questions, you have so many people that you can reach out to that can always help you. And with platforms like this, definitely conversations like this will keep happening from time to time, just to sharpen up our knowledge and our understanding about the current process. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. Marcel, somebody's asking you a question. So you can see the question here. So Marcel, what should and shouldn't be included in a compelling statement of purpose? What should you put there? Somebody is asking you. From what you have learned from other people and from the corrections your friend gave you. By the way, that your friend, where is he now?
He's in University of Alabama. So he's in chemical
Correct
engineering.
guy. Correct guy.
Yeah. So,
Correct guy. Correct guy. Yeah. So you have a question.
so what should you shouldn't you bring up a Okay. So
So the question is there on the screen. Yeah. Can you see here?
yeah, I can see the screen. So for me, what I did was, my first paragraph was trying to find a hook. Basically, what will the admissions committee read, and it's gonna hook them. Do you understand? A thought provoking something, or just a saying like that. Do you understand that kind of stuff? A problem statement, sort of, if you want. Because I saw that it was actually a huge thing here in the US. Because it was the time my PI said we are going to do elevator pitches, right? So he just sat us down. Instead of giving group updates, he was like, 2 minutes of you just giving us your research. Imagine you're trying to find fundings from somebody, talk to the person in an elevator who's going to like the second or third floor, pitch your idea to the person, that kind of thing. So how do you start? Obviously, you're going to start with a hook. What is the statistics that you want to state, or what is the problem that you've seen, that kind of stuff. So that was how I started my SOP. I didn't get it all right at first. So my guy was really, really mean to me in that aspect, because that was like the main thing. Before I passed that stage, it was really hard to find something that actually made sense, you know. And you should not write it like you're writing a research paper, because they actually did do that and you just trashed it. So yeah, find a hook for the first one, and then how do you want to address those problems? You're obviously not going to do all those things when you come, but it's good to like have an idea of what you want to do. Like for me, as of then, my research interest was on materials design. So it was basically talking about all those old conventional methods of designing materials. We're trying to like, you know, through computational means actually, all those materials designs, all those conventional methods of doing them, the fossil fuels burning, the toxic solvents that are being used and all those things. So how do we use a green up method to like do all these things? So that was what I was trying to solve. So I found I had to like go to Google Scholar. I read some of the research on this materials design. So it didn't really matter, what I wanted to do. So I just generalized it instead of like being so specific about the whole thing. So that was what I did for the first paragraph. Problem statement, your hook. What do they read? And they're like, okay, this is what the problem is. This is how you want to solve it, and this is how the department is going to help you do it. So that was like the first paragraph for me. And then the second one was me talking about my undergrad, the courses I took, the project that I did. So I was being very specific as possible. So I mentioned these courses that were very relevant to it, and then I also mentioned my project and how I led the project with my advisor supporting me. So throughout my SOP, I was trying to show myself as this independent leader, but still having a supervisor to help me out. And then after talking about that, I talked about the impact of the result or the project rather for the undergrad. So did you get an award? Did you get an A in the thesis? Did you present the stuff or did you publish? So that was the format he told me to follow, my friend. So you state the courses that helped you, state your project and the supervisor you worked with and your school, obviously. Just be specific about those ones. Then a little bit on what happened. He told me to use the STAR approach. So the STAR approach was like using the situation, the results, the actions you took. No, situation, I think the timing or something.
Situation task.
Tax, yeah, tax,
Yes.
results,
That
and
results. Yeah.
yeah, actions and results. So that like gives you a direction or a path on how to do it. So you're not just all over the place writing out everything. Because obviously you did a lot of things in your project. So he told me to follow that approach to make it brief and concise. And then what was the impact? So that was what I did for that part talking about my undergrad. And then I listed my internship, where I was currently working to after doing my NYSC and after serve. But I did my internship there too. So I mean I didn't do a lot, but then the way I packaged it, like I was the leader there, they wouldn't know. You understand that kind of stuff. I was involved with a lot of stuff, but they did not allow us to actually perform real practicals, right? But then it was a research experience. So what I just did was instead of saying I was an independent leader in that one, I just said that I worked with a team of 4 or a team of 5, under this
School.
professor. You understand that kind of stuff. So I didn't just put in myself there because it was a very big project and it wouldn't make sense that way. But I knew what to talk about the project. So that was how I put it there. And then I used the STAR approach too for that one. And then the impact. So the impact was we tested the product we experimented on and manufactured in the industry itself, presented in the conference, because it was a research institute. So presented it that same way, that same format, or we published, but I mean we didn't really publish, so it was just presenting in a conference and testing the distance so that it actually worked in batch before scaling up. And then talked about the professors that I've already researched. So another thing is if you've reached out to a professor and maybe they just replied you, go and apply and all those things, and they are the ones you want to work with too. So it's nice to mention them and also like put a paragraph or something that says you've already contacted this professor and they told you you can also go ahead and apply. I mean, just don't be so long about it, but just show that you contacted somebody who gave you a go ahead, something like that, and how it aligns, what aligns. So you're not just restating whatever is on their website. So how does it align? You're showing that, okay, they are doing this, and this is how your expertise can apply to it. So I mentioned like 2 to 3 professors or 4, because a lot of people seemed to be doing a lot of materials design. So I had a lot of professors to mention. So that was what I did about that part. That was like the 4th paragraph. So it's all about being concise because there's always a lot of points. I'm not passing. My SOP was 2 pages, not passing 2 pages.
Almost 2 pages.
Yeah, it was 2 pages. Some people give you actual words, but some university will not give you any limits, but they'll say it's
Yes.
not more than 2 pages. Yeah, that kind of thing. So that's for that one, talking about the professors and how it's outlined. So it's not just stating, oh, they are doing this and you're interested. No, it's about stating what they are doing and how your own expertise applies to what they are doing, no matter how small. Just show a relationship, show that connection. And then I combined it with talking about the school and then the professors so that it doesn't get too long. So you're talking about what you like about the school, the facilities, the collaborative natures, or the research centers that they have, and all those things. How where the school is located, how vibrant the community is. I think right now you're not supposed to be including all these DEI stocks anymore. So those are like red flags now in the US. So don't use diversity and
Yeah.
inclusivity, all those things. Don't use those words, but just know how to package
Mm.
it. So yeah. But then I used it, the inclusiveness and all those diversity. I used them, and then that's about that paragraph. And then the last one was just your long-term goals. I mean, your short-term and your long-term goals. So your short-term is obviously to do well in the program, assist in the whole research, get all the required qualifications that you need, and then you now state your long-term goal, the impact. Those ones about you, what you want to do to help the US or your home country, the bigger picture, like my PI used to talk about. So there should always be that
Mhm.
bigger picture of what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that was basically the format I followed. It must not be disarranged, but I think it helps so that they see your
Yeah.
story, your problem
Yeah.
statement, how you want to apply it, how the department will help you, your undergrad, your distance. So that progression actually just shows them, okay, it just follows a particular pattern and a story, it tells that story. And basically another thing that I found out, I don't know if it helped, but that was what I did. So my school year is number one in the US for innovations, right? And
Mhm.
I used that keyword in my SOP. So instead of saying I want to become a great researcher in the world and all those things, I just said Arizona State University will help me in achieving these dreams of me becoming a great innovator in this world.
Yeah.
So the keyword of what the school is all about, I just try to like incorporate it in my SOP. So if your school is known for something that you can actually use to put in there, it just shows that you've read, you know what they're all about, so that kind of stuff. So it was something that I did. I don't know if it helped, but yes, I just included it. So I really sat down to do the SOP very well for this
It's a
Arizona State.
lot.
thing, You
It's a
know,
lot because you learned a lot of many things, and you did a lot
exactly.
of repetition with your friend. You have a good friend, honestly, because
Yeah,
nobody
my
will
friend,
nobody will have time to be doing all this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
do you
Yeah.
understand? That was what because what I also understand is that you can actually be consistent, but you're doing rubbish because you don't have the right information.
Yes.
I feel like I was
Exactly.
doing all this thing, I was being consistent and I had the right information to work with, you know. So I was not wasting
Mm.
my time being all serious and all. So it really actually helped to know what to actually do and how to apply it, you know. And yeah, it was really helpful. Another thing I would also tell people is, sometimes you search for schools or you're finding hard to search for schools and all those things and it's not helping you. So what I actually
Yeah.
did was a lot of people post all their success stories online, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all those places,
Yes.
right? So what I did was I searched for my department and I read a lot of people's success stories. So I pick up their schools, I pick it up and I jot it down like, okay, they give this funding in this department that I want to actually apply to. So I did all those things. I mean, it helped because all the schools I had waivers, and I saw them from searching online that these schools give out waivers. So all these people posting about schools and all those things, write them down and research and ask, especially if they say they have application fee waivers or even free application if you must apply to those ones. So yeah, so it's one of the things I found out that sometimes you don't have to pay application fees, but if you can, you should pay it. But then it's not really a guarantee sometimes that you get in. So some people will obviously not want to apply to schools that give them application fees or have free applications. They'll be looking for the ones that they will pay for. I would say you should apply to all of them. Pay for some, apply to just do all these things. My friends got into free application schools that they will tell you is very competitive. It's only the Indians or those people that will get in. No, Niger people have actually gotten into schools with all this kind of free applications, application fee waivers and all. So it helps. And then another thing was sorting my emails. Like the one said, make sure you document it. So
Yes,
in the email something,
document
there's
it.
a way to create each labels. So I created a label for
Yes,
my code mails that I sent out. I created a label for the
yes,
ones that got replied. Created a label for the ones that did not get replied at all. Application fee
yes,
waivers, same thing. The ones I sent out, the
yes,
ones that replied, and all those things. So it really
yes,
helps. Even to date, it's still there. You know.
yes,
So whenever you go there, you see the ones that
yes,
actually reply. Just move it. Even if you don't read it immediately, once you see they don't reply
yes.
your thing, move it there. Move it to the labels you created, and it really helps so that you can sort. Because there's always a lot of emails. I had a lot of emails. I said I sent over 300. So how do I keep sorting through all those things? So it really helped me to
Exactly.
just put them to that label, and I just go there. Oh, this one replied because I was not really documenting the application fee waivers I got immediately. Once I see say they don't give me this thing, I just push it there. So after everything, I now settle down and start
Sure.
reading and writing. Exactly, just straight up go there and then start writing out the codes that they send. So that was also another thing that I did to help, which some of you might actually want to do to help. Yeah, and then don't always wait for
O-
somebody online
Okay.
to come and advise you or do anything. If you find 3 or 4 friends that you have the same ideas or the same interests, you can work together because you don't have to be really smart. Sometimes you don't have to be overly smart. Just have somebody who has an interest for what you want to do, and you review each other's documents. That my friend, she didn't know a lot of things, but if I send her my SOP, she'll do some corrections, even the other guy. And she would think her own is all perfect. And until I'll see one line and be like, nah, this doesn't make sense. Can you like twist it? And then my own that I'll think is
That makes
top.
sense. Yeah,
He
critique.
will
Yeah.
say something. So someone does not have to be smart in this journey or know every process to be able to edit things for you. You know, so just do it that way, and it should help. I mean, it worked
Thank
for
you very
me.
much, Marcel. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really elaborate. No, sir, somebody is saying, so no, sir, how was life at York St. John University and how much will be paid initially
Uh,
for prospective intending students, especially in public health? Somebody's asking you.
okay. It wasn't really easy. Like that schooling in the UK is not easy generally. So you have to combine studies with finally get a job.
Um,
You have to combine
you
studies
have to
with job.
hustle.
Yeah, also to babies. Funds is very high. You know what I mean. So it's not really easy combining work and studies. There are sometimes I have to. I stay late at night. I don't sleep at night just to be able to meet up with deadline and then bees as well. So even most of the time I go from work to class because I was doing night shift. From night to I'll go to class. Okay, straight to your question. And school fees is around public is around 11,000 pounds to 12,000 pounds. Maybe they've added now, but then it was around that range. That was as of last year, around that range. Maybe they must have added. So be ready. Be ready for the struggles, meeting up with assignment deadline, and even the weather. The weather is also there. It's not easy coping with winter as well. Um, that's basically what you need to know. And you have to attend classes.
Okay, thank
If
you very
not,
much.
what do you call them? If
Yes,
not,
so
you have to attend class. You have to meet up to like 70 to 80% of attendance. If not, they may withdraw your
attendance.
admission. Yeah, they may withdraw your visa. So meet up with attendance and every other thing is related to traveling anywhere outside your home. There is homesickness, the weather, just as I said just now. So difficult to getting a job as a student. So it's just like everywhere else you go when you go outside Nigeria, when you go abroad. So you have to try and cope with what you meet. So it's not your fatherland, it's not your motherland. So you have to cope. Just find a way to survive. That's basically all you need to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Um, Ayodele is trying to post the link for SOP. He sent it to me. I sent it here, but it's breaking into two parts. So, Ayodele, maybe you should get the link. Use an app that can, give you a shortcut link, and then you can post it so people can see, or you can just post in your LinkedIn profile so that people can go there and see anyone. So that when you post it, I can put it there, people can see it. And can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I also want to add one thing
Okay.
that you don't have to start perfect. You don't have to overwhelm yourself too much. Just start.
Yep.
Once you start, you start getting better along the line. Yeah.
True. So there's a question to me.
Yeah. So you don't need to be perfect to start, but you have to start to be perfect. Let me see. Somebody is saying, Adebayo Amomi is saying, "Good day, everyone. Thank you for this insightful information. My question is, how do I start with the application to schools in the US? I'm new to this. I don't want to start. I just want to start, and I don't know how. So who will explain how will this person start?"
That
Okay,
that
Abidi.
link, yeah, I did a series of step
Okay.
1, step 2. So that link will take them through those series. So from series 1 to series 4, all those basic information are there. So they can use that link to get, especially if you are just starting. So that link is going to show you everything you need to do, what you need to know, the do's and don'ts, and those things are there. And also, D1 has a lot of pinned tweets in those days that just go to his, just go to his Twitter. There are, so many tweets there that are very friendly, and easily you can get all the basic information you need to like start. And one more thing you can do is maybe find a community, to join, and from
Yeah.
there, I think it should become easier.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm still coming to Instagram. Let me answer you two people first. Somebody said, "Can I do my master's in marketing with a BA in theater arts degree? Can I apply for scholarship with it, or what's the best way to apply with no tuition fee?" Who is answering the question?
Well, as far as the US is concerned, anything that has to do with marketing, business administration, I'm not sure about data analytics because most
Yeah.
programs requires the GRE. But marketing, I think pretty much anybody can apply. But there is a difference between applying and actually getting accepted, right? So one thing you may want to do to increase your chances is make sure you have something, because if you want to transition, then there must be something that is in your profile that you used to show them that, okay, while you have a degree in so, you have been trying to do this, you have so certification that put you in the part of, because to the schools here, it's not just about you coming to their program, except if, of course, you are not looking for scholarship. It's about what do you want to do with that program. They want to see what have you done, what do you want to do, and what do you want to use that to do. So those three things must align. So if you are transitioning, then you have to be able to show them how that part or how that program is the best fit for you. But the short answer is yes, you can apply.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Instagram. Nupe Guru is saying, "How can I know these schools with the best funding for masters? Does one go by R1 rank universities or so on?" So I think you answered that question. Basically, just go to my pin tweet, or follow MBD and also my guys here to see. Because if we start that one too, now will take a lot of time. Okay. Let's see. Somebody is saying, Lenchi is saying, "Why do many people with JAPA forget those they left behind? Even though we respect their hustle and sacrifices, it's hard to understand why they don't have friends back home, especially those with real potential. It feels like once they leave, they disconnect. Truth is, no responsible youth wants to stay in Nigeria, not out of hate, but because the system is broken and the struggle is deep." D1, the question is for you, boss. Legend is that. So you want my answer? My answer is brutal. Sure, you want it. Okay, so let me. Number one, nobody owes you alignment. Nobody owes you responsibility. Nobody owes you anything. The fact that we are friends and you japa and left me and I'm entitled to you calling me back is stupid of me. I'm sorry to use that word. Nobody owes you anything. The question I should ask you is that who are the kind of friends you are present, the kind of friends you presently have? They are people who speak your same language. If your friends japa and you are in Nigeria, two of you don't have the same language again. I'm sorry to say, two of you are not in the same time zone. Your friend is also busy. Did you ask your friend what he's doing? Do you know how hard it is for him to pay his bills? Go and ask people in UK. Nosa is here. How they will have to work overtime 20 hours to pay their tuition fee. And you expect me to come and now call you. Hey, bros, how today? When I have assignments to do and I've not paid my bills. May I come call you say, Baba Afana, I'm sorry, sir, I never call you. No verse, you know this place. Baba, let's be honest. If it is you, you will not do the same. The people who do this kind of complaint will do worse when they japa. My response is brutal and is honest. You are the one that asked me, you said, this one is for you. So if you don't call me, I don't go call. So number 2 is that don't expect anything from anybody, no matter your input in that person's life. You are not their God. Even if God has used you for them, do not expect anything. If it comes, fine, but do not expect. That kind of mentality will not allow you grow forward, will not allow you think of how you two can grow. Instead, gather information and move too. Instead of saying your friends don't look back. Why should they look back? If it is you, go look back. Why will you leave darkness and go to light and look back to darkness again? Let's be honest. You go look back, go darkness. I'm sorry I'm shouting, it's because of my voice. But the honest truth is that anybody that japa, that look back, respect them, they try. If they don't, ask them. Don't be entitled to their time. Don't be entitled to people's time and resources, even if you contribute to their success, even if you are the one that helped them. This is my mindset. By the grace of God, God has been helping me for people, those of you that follow me, but I don't feel entitled to their success because I believe that if they don't meet me, they will meet another person that God will use. I am not indispensable. This is what I think. Even if I'm the one that God used to bless you, I will never claim that success because I'm a steward. Maybe because I'm a Christian, I think that way. And I read books a lot too. Don't be entitled to people's success and people's time. What you should do instead is to find a way to hustle. My friends left Nigeria. I was in Nigeria 2 years. You people don't know my story now. So now where you don't see me, things say you don't blow. But I always remind myself to never get entitled to them. I have a lot of friends that we do japa together. They left before me. I was almost the last person that left out of my friends. But you don't know that story now because it's not just my time yet. That was when I learned patience. That was when I learned brokenness. That was when I learned humility. That was when I learned that you can be the best and not get it. So, Mr. Lechi, I'm sure you are listening to me on Instagram. Now you ask that question. Don't be entitled to your friend's time, your friend's resources, and money. Even if God used you for them, that mentality will make 1, God bless you for your kind, and 2, make you also hustle for your own too. 3, make you also remember people too to help. So I hope I answered your question. All this we go, they never go back. If you say leave darkness, you don't go look back, Baba. Now because you never leave. So don't say that you are better than another person until you are in their shoes. So you are not better until you are in their shoes and you do better. Then we can say you are better. Yes, no sir, you want to say something? Because we are running on now.
Yes, yes. Yeah, unlike in
No sir,
Nigeria
I want
when
to
you
say
pay
something.
house rent yearly. Yeah, I'm on it now. Unlike in Nigeria when you pay house rent yearly, abroad you pay house rent every month. Before the end of the month, landlord has already sent you a message. Okay, another thing. Why do you think there is divorce? A lot of divorce abroad because both partners they don't have time for each other. There was a place. There was one house I was staying. The man goes to work in the morning, comes back in the evening. That same evening he comes back, his wife is getting ready for night job. They don't go have time for themselves. No talk of having time to reply someone in Nigeria or in another country. So it's not really easy abroad. the way things are done here is timed. If you go to work late, you may even get sacked the following day at the end of the month, or you may not get your pay for the month. So everything is timed. It's not really easy for us to communicate with each other here. I have a friend there in Ontario. Since I came in, we only spoken once. So that's just the way it is. So you don't have to be entitled to someone else's time or money. It's not easy abroad as you see it. Thank you.
Can I add something? So, can I add something?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, please.
Okay. So,
Yes, please, Marcel, in 1 minute. Yeah.
okay. So this is always like the issue we always get. I sort of had that mentality when I was in Nigeria. My guys, they left. One went to Germany, one went to Canada then. So we're always talking and all those things, right? But then I didn't know it was that way until they start telling me all the things that they were going through, and I stopped. So whenever we talk. Until this my guy that helped me with the US one. When he got the offer, I was like, oh, more, I gotta hold this guy tight now. Because if he leaves, it's gonna be the same story. So I did everything I did with him before he left. And when he left, we have not even spoken that much. You understand that kind of stuff? It's just like once. He calls and all those things. Or we send each other snaps. And that's how I know that he still there. You get that kind of stuff. And we don't really talk. And then when I was starting to, I called my friends. You understand? I told them, see, let's do all these things together. Say all of us, we do engineering. You understand? You people are here together and all those things. I told them, they were like, no, say, I'm waiting them to go through now, too much and all those things. I'm like, so my own, too much now. Why I want bring on all these updates? Let us do this thing together. What can we actually lose? Let's just do it. I told them all these things. They said no. It was only that my friend, the girl, that actually joined with me and we started doing all these things together. I was like, fine. I was like, I understand what you guys want. So now they wait to make I get my own first. Then I will come. They ask me, make I have fun. How you take down? Why you take down? All this kind of. And that was what happened. And then when I now got the offer, I told them, go. You understand? They now start asking me, how will I start? How will I take do this one? This. I didn't even answer them. You understand that kind of stuff? Because when I had all the time to do all these things with you, you did not believe. You understand that kind of thing? That's fine. Not join me in doing anything. You said your own life hard pass. I said, no one now. I cannot be pushing you to serious with your life or do what I am doing. You have the other stuff to do. But then it's always busy because I needed to do all these things for them when I was in Nigeria. So now they now want me to help them and I don't have the time. Even if I have time, I want to chill. I want to play games or talk to my friend. You understand that kind of stuff. I will not be talking to you that is in Nigeria all the time. And the time difference between Arizona and Nigeria is like 8 hours. So by now, I'm sure it's already very late and it's like almost 12 p.m. for me. So my day they start and I will soon go sleep for Nigeria. So when I want to actually help you and all those things, but then you tell people all these things and they feel like you're too proud. I mean, I'm not even saying. You understand that kind of stuff. So and I'm not like somebody who just wants to be out there, So I help people that I actually want to help and I know that they are serious. And they're going to, because it's not easy. I mean, each and every one of us, we know the story, even getting the funding and all those things. It's not easy and not everybody can do it. The story is always sweet to tell people, but then to actually do the main work, but to even start searching for schools, you understand?
It's crazy.
It's really hard. Composing emails for so many professors, it's hard. And then the heartbreaks. There was this school, North Carolina State University. You understand? They told me pop and play, say they don't want you, don't have the qualification we are waiting for. Like the beef was just, the insult was subtle. You understand that kind of stuff? It was subtle, but we felt it. It was like a professional insult. You understand that kind of stuff? You're not the kind of person we are looking for. Don't even bother or waste your time applying. You get all these kind of emails and you feel this. My friend was crying because she got the same thing. You understand that kind of stuff, but she didn't give up. So it's not easy until you start doing it, and don't give up. That's all I can say. Just be consistent.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. MBD, somebody said, do you have a community they can join? Somebody is asking, MBD.
Yeah,
do you have
I
a
do.
community? So
Yeah,
what's the tell us? Is there any link to join?
It's just a WhatsApp community. I mean, just a
Okay.
WhatsApp community. Yes, there is a link to join, but somehow, I don't know what's happening with pasting of links and this and that. But this person can just this person can just connect with me on
On LinkedIn
LinkedIn and just tell
or
me
Twitter.
we match through this platform and easily send the link to you over there.
Okay, good. So you can just send message to MBD from D1, he will add it to his community. I'm really happy. Thank you very much for doing that. Somebody is saying, yeah, you can be the best and not get it, my brother, because best is really relative. Let me show that thing. Best is really relative. You can be the best in your family and not best at in the whole world. You can be the best in your school. I was the best guaranteed student in my school, but I'm not the best guaranteed student for my PhD. Like, I met people who beat me hands down. Wait, I didn't know anything. I thought I know something. Wait, you sabi. You don't sabi for where. So you're always a local champion somewhere. I graduated with a 2-2 in computer science, and I want to start journeying for MSc in Austria. We'll see. I keep having this fear that if I apply to schools after verification and everything, I don't get access. So let me answer. We're not talking about Austria here, but you have two options. You always lose 100% of any chance you did not take. Because you did not take the chance, you have lost 100%. If you take the chance, even if you lose, you did not really lose because you learned. It's a mindset. Success is usually mindset. I don't think this way. If I have opportunity and my chances is just 1%, and I say that if I apply, nobody will beat me. It is only time I will waste. I will waste that time. Say, this is not your time. This is my time. I will waste it. Let me waste the time. You say reject me. It's better than me rejecting myself. I would rather allow people reject me than say me I cannot do it. So we see if you have that mentality, you now ask this question. Success is a mindset. It's not in money, what you can see. It's not in material things. So if Austria is your destination, why are you scared of refusal? Now only the first refuse. For every approval you get, somebody was refused. Sorry, I'm very brutal. People that know me, they know me. That's why people that follow me, they know. They are always successful because I tell them the truth. Everybody knows. I know they play like this. Like, yeah. So I will not be saying, hey, you apply now. If you don't apply, no, if you like, don't apply. Now you go lose, Mr. Wilson. No vessel. If you don't apply, now you go lose. So please apply. Last, you will get rejection and you will learn and you will apply. Simple, will they kill you? So please, so that's the way I think. So if you want to connect with Ayomide, that's his name. Ayodele, sorry. Ayodele Fash. Your surname, I always forget. Please help me pronounce it.
Fasoyelu.
Ayodele Ambidi. Yeah, Fasoyelu.
Yeah.
So just go to LinkedIn and connect with him. Just say from D1. Yes, he will admit you into his space. Okay. Somebody say we are running up. How can I increase my chances of getting admission? That thing is a tweet on my Twitter page. Go to my Twitter page. It's a tweet on its own. How to increase your chances of getting admission. If you go to my Twitter page, I'm opening it now. It's on page. It's on my. If you go to my pinned tweet, it's in pinned tweet number. Make us see. Maybe pinned tweet number 7 or 8 because I know that I always put it. So if you go to Twitter and check my name, if you go to my profile, you are going to see one tweet there. The first tweet is called All Scholarship Thread. If you scroll, you will see tweet 1, 2, 3. The thing reads 75. It's a lot of thread. People who read that tweet get scholarship and admission themselves without even contacting me. Thank God, Marcel is there. It's an example. And BD is my guy. We are in the same WhatsApp group. He came through my WhatsApp group. I met him online. He's in US now. My guy too here, we met. That's why I'm bringing them so that you can see. So go to my page and read because if we start that one, we are going to waste time. Somebody says, what advice do you have for me, sir? Abdul Qadri? I have a background in computer science education during my BSc, and now I want to apply for educational technology. Who wants to help us?
I've answered this earlier. As far as US is concerned, what I've seen is, except if it's maybe engineering, maybe all those life sciences, right? They don't really care too much. They are not always too rigid about your background, right? I have seen someone who has a background in physics doing chemical engineering. So they will always find a way for you to cover up the gaps that you might have. So it's not about your background. As far as US is concerned, right? You can always transition to anything you want to do. The only thing is that the core courses. So check this course that you want to go for. Check if they have, or just send an email to the program coordinator and just ask him that this is your background, so that they can have an idea of the core courses you have taken and ask them, or just go through their program catalog. You will find all this information there. And in some cases, I have seen cases where they would say you should take some foundational courses. Maybe there are some courses that you're supposed to take to make you fit. But I don't think your background is going to stop you from being accepted into educational technology. But again, if you're looking for funding, they want to see that, okay, if you have a background in computer science education, so why do you want to take education technology now? You must be able to demonstrate how or what you have done within that period that makes you think education technology is what is most appropriate for you moving forward. So the short answer is yes, you can. The long answer is you have a lot of things to do to be able to get a good admission.
Thank you very much. Somebody asked you what's my Twitter handle, really? So just type my name on Twitter, you see it there. Just type my name on Twitter. Everything you need to get fully funded scholarship from beginning to the end is there. You don't need to pay me. I have a business arm of my page, but you don't have to pay me to get fully funded scholarship. It's not compulsory. What you need to do is on my page. So I'm not here to advertise business. However, if you know that you don't have the energy, come and pay us. We'll do it for you. That's the two. Those are the two things I do. See, all this SOP, do what I do have time. No one, we go do it. Shebi, you go pay. No one. If you cannot pay, then use your time to learn and do it and get it done. It's as simple as that. So please, and I want that to be made very clear. On Instagram, somebody said, Amos on Instagram said, I have a BSc in economics. My plan is to apply for an MBA program. Please, is it a must I write GRE before I begin my application? For economics and MBA, I would say that DRE or GMAT will increase your chance. I hope you are listening to me. GRE or GMAT will increase your chances. So yes, it's good, unless you have very, very good work experience. Okay, finally, before we go, we have 8 more minutes. Please, I don't know if you can explain. I had a 59 in my master's in early childhood education, but I need clarification if I can do my PhD in the US. If I will get picked and I have a paper written and it's going under publication, I really want to get an admission, or would I take it? What do you mean by 59? I don't know. What does 59 mean? 59 in masters, I don't know, is it A or B or don't know if you can explain very well. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Amina said on Twitter, Amina from Twitter is saying, good evening, sir. For you to get scholarship and admission, must you have a research work? Marcel, you want to help us?
Yeah, okay, let me answer because I don't really have anything too concrete to show. Like I said, no publications and all those kind of things. So what I used was my undergrad work. That was a research experience, right? I used where I worked, or I did my internship, But for some other people, they use all these small projects that they did in class, all those 10 papers and all those stuffs, right? Because if you did it yourself, that's the research you did. Some people also helped other people to do some other little projects. So it really must not be, from my own experience with my friends too, it really must not be something so tangible that you have done and you want to go. It's just how you package it. These people know that just having a BSc, it does not expose you to a lot of research experiences, but they want to see that you're eager, you're curious. The PI I'm working with right now, I don't really know a lot of stuff in what he's doing as of then, but he said he just wants somebody that is very curious, eager to work, very much interested, and you get trained. But they still want to know that you're able to, think this way. You have these small experiences that will keep you in the program because it's really, really rigorous. So you just want to show something that you have done or been involved with, and just package it very well and show. It must not be a publication. For those that have publications, those ones, they have an edge, obviously, but then they don't really look at all those things or give it a lot of weight. They will consider every packet that you submit. but just make sure you have something, tangible to show. Your packaging, I think that's what matters. Just package yourself. I'm not saying you should lie about
Thank
something,
you.
but the ones that you've
Yeah,
done, package it
okay.
basically.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So let's begin to round up. So let me start with Nosa.
Okay.
Please give us your parting words, and also if they want to contact you, if you have that kind of thing, you know, how can they contact you? Do you have that time? If you have, is there any medium through which they can contact you? WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, anyone? Do you have it? Nosa?
Okay. Okay. I'm usually contacted on I think LinkedIn these days. Uh, in LinkedIn, you can contact me on LinkedIn. Just my name. Type my name on LinkedIn. You can send me a message.
Okay.
I respond faster on LinkedIn these days. So to conclude,
Oh, faster on LinkedIn. So if you
I'd like to point out the fact that you don't have to visit everything on one basket. When you're applying for scholarship, it's a difficult process and it requires patience. You can also have another plan B going side by side. Just as me, as I was doing masters, before I even started masters, I already had something long term. By the time I finished master, that one clicked. It clicked, then I just moved straight to that one. So what I want to advise also, when you are doing the scholarship stuff by the side, also have plan B going on beside it. You may look at Canada PR as well. If you are just check in demand professions in Canada, so you can just explore that aspect and also try to to go through there. It might also work out. You don't know. There also others you could also explore, other stuff like that. That's just it. That's it for me.
thank you very much. So please just copy his name and check him on LinkedIn. But no, sir, be ready to see a lot of requests from people because we have about 2,500 persons listening to us here. And I know that at least 10 or 20 or 50 people will send a request. So as much as possible, if you can answer them, fine. If you cannot, bring them back to me. Let them come and book consultation and come and ask us questions at JAPA Consult.
Okay.
Maybe I don't kill you. Yeah, so it's so that you don't bore yourself and you don't kill yourself. But people that you can help, please do that. I always also do free stuff, I'm sure you know. People that you want to help genuinely, please do. But don't let it affect your own personal work. Because nobody send
Yeah.
you if you carry another person body now, you don't look your own. If the thing happen, they no go say they know you. Human beings have learned a lot from human beings. Help people, but make sure that you don't forget yourself. Because if you forget yourself in the process, they will blame you for not taking yourself serious while helping them.
No.
Yes, I can tell you for a fact. Yes, so thank you very much. Yes,
Thank
Ayodele,
you.
yes, I'm be my guy. Your parting words and also how you can. You said you have a community. I know you have a community, so um, people can contact him. Just look at him on LinkedIn, and he will add you to the community as much as possible. If you add, you add. He's doing it for free, and if he charges you to his time, you know, concern me. If you know you cannot pay for his fee, go and look for free information. It's not by force. Yes, so Abidi, you have the
Yeah,
mic, my brother.
yeah. I have three parting words. I don't have much to say because of time. So first, I always tell the guys in my community, don't be afraid to ask questions and don't be ashamed to ask questions. Number two, hard work pays, but please ensure you are doing the right hard work. So you are not doing the wrong one. And that's why you need people to guide you. And that's why you need access to the right information, all of which you can find on the internet. And the last one, if you are not afraid of death, trust me, you will definitely find a way to live and survive. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, my brother. If you are not afraid of death, you always find a way to live. Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you. Marcel, yes.
Okay, so I mean, so to be honest, I'm not really a social media person, but I'm always there, but I
Okay.
don't really post anything, right? But then LinkedIn, I think LinkedIn you can you can contact me there because I usually just go there and see people's success stories, right? And just go through there. But yeah, I should be able to see your request if you connect to me.
Hey,
I'm
boys,
going
there are
to
many Marcel's on LinkedIn now. How would
yeah,
they
let
know
me
your
see.
own Marcel? Put the full name. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
so
there. So let me
this
show it. Yeah, so it's Marcelinius Oyedikachi Ugu. That's his full name. If you want
yeah.
to connect with him, especially people you know that your story resonates with what he's doing, please reach out to him, send a message to him LinkedIn. Marcel, as much as possible, please help them. If you cannot, just send them back to D1. Let them go and book consultation or go to my
Yeah.
page and come and read. You self, you read. Make them go read. Make them go
Mm-hmm.
do it themselves. It's really
Exactly.
it's really important. Don't let anybody put. There's no pressure on you, but please help as many people that is in your capacity to help. So with this, we are done with episode 1. Really nice. We have 2,551 persons here in total listening to us. And even me, I can't expect. I didn't expect it. I was expecting 500.
That's a
Now
lot.
we are seeing
That's a lot.
2,552.
Wow.
Yeah, 2,552 seeing us live. That's
So
excluding people that have left. Yeah,
can I
so
It's
say
it's
actually
really
the first
nice.
time
one more
doing
thing?
this. It's
Can
actually
I
the
say
first
one more
time doing
thing
this.
before we go?
Cool.
Um,
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, Marcel, yes.
so I mean, it's really hard to get admission with funding, but I really like helping people who have gotten the full funding and are ready for the visa process. You know, I'm always available to
Okay.
review your DS-160s, put you through all those ones. If you have full funding, that's something I can
Yeah,
actually do for you. So show that you're
okay.
able to get the funding. I have all those ones, and then the visa one, I can help you because I've helped a lot. But it's those
Okay.
ones that
So,
I
so,
help.
so, Marcel, we have a WhatsApp group for people who are looking to do interviews for visa. Maybe I will invite you to come and do mock interview for them so they can
Yeah.
learn the process of doing the visa. I will invite you to our group. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming. Please follow them.
Thank you.
We have about 2,564 now. We are
Wow.
going to do this for 1 or 2 months. This episode 1. We'll do episode 2, episode 3, episode 4. In my head, I have about 6 or 7 episodes. We're going to do it around July or August till we get busy again. So please follow me. I'm sure you're following already. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey, subscribe, oh. If you don't subscribe, I'm not everybody. Subscribe, oh. Thank you so
Dewan,
much.
thank you very much. It's actually
Thank
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dewan. This is actually the first time I'm going live to talk like this.
Oh,
I'm
really?
actually
Oh,
I'm
really?
really camera shy, honestly. If you see the way I was talking,
Oh,
I
really?
think it was showing.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
this opportunity. Hopefully, more often I'll be coming on live. Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. We're going to
I
do.
appreciate it.
We're going to do one. Yeah. At the end of the series, I'm going to invite you individually again to dive into much more deeper questions. But I just use this to do introduction so that people can be aware of this episode. Thank you, everyone.
I'll be happy
Thank
to
you
join.
so
I'm
much.
available.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. So yeah, we can log off now. And guys, thank you very much for the speakers. Thank you. You can log off now. Thank you. You can log off
Thank
now.
you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So guys, this is the end of today's session. I hope that you guys have learned something. If you still have questions, maybe I'm here for 2-3 minutes. Send me your questions. If you are still on YouTube, send me your questions. My speakers are gone. I'm the only one here. Let's see. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you to my brother. I am Ije. Thank you. We are going to do another one maybe next week. I'm bringing different kinds of people that have typed up for a very long time using my page, using my tweet from 2020, 2019 when I started. I'm bringing them one by one to tell their stories, and I'm putting it on YouTube so that it will be there as a memorial. People can go there every time to watch later. Thank you. So, if you are not afraid of death, you will definitely find a way to live. So, thank you, everyone. God bless you. I'm going to end the stream now, and I hope to see you soon. Please, I want to hear your comments on YouTube, on Instagram. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe now. We're about 4,200. With 2,000 of you, and we should be nearing 4,400 so that you can get notifications for this. And don't mind my voice. This is not my normal voice. Those of you that know my voice, can't they worry me, but I have to come because I already said we have to do this. So thank you, everyone. God bless you guys, and I'm going to see you maybe next week or next 2 weeks. We are going to get notification again for episode 2. of JAPA Stories. Thank you and God bless you. See you guys later. Bye.